Today I'm going to be going over some Piggy theories, and I'm going to be proving some of them wrong. So, people have been speculating that white eye means decaying. Or just decomposing body. Because, Archie has a white eye and half his face is missing. Piggy has a white eye and half his face is missing. But there's two others that I know for a fact have a white eye, which happens to be Bunny and, Foxy. Foxy's got a white eye, and Bunny's got a white eye. Which makes me think, what if they're not infected, and what if they're mind controlled? Like, Archie obviously has a decaying body, but Piggy's like a full-on zombie who has their own trap, which is rise them out of the dead. What if they were all just being mind controlled, and because ain't no way infection spreads, someone can just give a zombie an infection thing and it comes back to life. No. It's gotta be mind controlled. And that's why Foxy's locked in a cage, because TSP knew that. TSP threw him in the cage. But Foxy also has this blue eye, which in my theory, that means he isn't fully, infected. Or fully mind controlled. I think, because that's why he doesn't go after you, he just walks in the bot line, mostly zigzags and mostly, I don't know. But there's another difference about Foxy. He's not wearing the normal TSP uniform that we see in, book 2. So if we look at the TSP Piggy, if we look, they're all wearing that type of uniform. Like, they're all wearing like this gray with that same hat to indicate TSP. You can see this right here. They're all wearing that. But if we go back to Foxy, he's wearing a hoodie and pants. So what if Willow excluded Foxy from TSP a little bit, and they just, I don't know. Because obviously they're wearing something different than Foxy, and Foxy's, proven to be in TSP. Now, why would Willow exclude Foxy? Now why would Willow do that? Willow seemed to have liked Foxy the most, because they're kind of wearing the same uniform. And they're kind of wearing close to the same thing. Blue pants, black hoodie. Except Willow's is unzipped to reveal a purple shirt underneath. Willow and Foxy were the leaders of TSP together. Like, they were having an affair between each other, for sure. But after Foxy and Pony left, Foxy, Willow looked to Rash. Why? Why would Willow look to Rash? Now, why would Willow look to Rash? Now, just look at Rash. Why would Willow look to this guy? Unless there's something about Rash that he's hiding. What if Rash really liked Willow and really needed a promotion to TSP? What if Rash did a little extra work with Willow? That's why Willow made him her main guy after Pony and Foxy. What if that? But But if Rash meant that much to Willow, why would Minitoon do that? Like, why would Minitoon make that a thing? It's Roblox, it's a kid's game. Well, kid's game. So, what else does Rash have in common with Willow? What if Rash just cared for William while she was out doing things, and like Daisy went off to the military? What if Rash was the only guy left to watch after William? Because all the TSP guys, they're not trusted. They are not trusted. I mean, just look at Pandy. Pandy's a damn samurai. Why would anyone trust Pandy to look after a dang kid which the Silverpaw, let's be honest, they kind of have a short temper. Come on now, come on. But Rash actually tried to kill us because we were looking for Willow to throw Willow behind bars, and that would kind of put a big giant obstacle between looking for her brother. That's why Rash was promoted to the top of TSP with Willow, because Rash actually cared. Rash was not like the others who just wanted to, start bashing people. Where's my TSP slide? There we go. Rash was not like the others who just wanted to start bashing people over the head with baseball bats. Philip, Baron, Katie, Felix. What was the other dude's name? Phil. Oh, I already listed Philip. Well, and freaking Kitty's got a damn freaking, what is that? Oh, shovel. Rash didn't. Well, Rash was not like that. That's why Willow promoted him to the top. But what does this all have to do with Foxy? This guy right here, Foxy. Bruh. Alright. Right there. Foxy was mind controlled, and he didn't have much time left, so he probably told Willow, hey, I'm being mind controlled. Willow would not have let him finish his sentence, and Willow would just have gotten maybe just Pony or something to lock him in the cage. Something like that, for sure. And that's why that's why Foxy has basically a very similar outfit to Willow. Black top, blue pants. Okay, what is that? Literally, what is that? Ew, get that out of here. But what if Willow knew Foxy was mind controlled by the look of his eye? So, but Foxy didn't know that, because who just looks at their own eye in the mirror? Like what? So Willow threw him in the cage. That's why he has the note. Why did my friends lock me in here? Like, I want to do that. Hold on, give me a second. Um, yes. All right. God damn it. But why the carnival? Why would Willow put Foxy in the carnival? Only place with cages? Nah. Yeah. Or Clowny was a past member of TSP who still had connection to Willow and told Willow that Foxy had a safe place at the carnival. After the infection broke loose, Clowny shut down the carnival, so he had spare cages for Foxy to be in. I'm on to you, Minitoon. There's things you're not telling me, but I can figure out. This is for sure. And then Bunny. Let's look at Bunny over here. Let's look at Bunny. Bunny's got the white eye. That would be mind control, because it was proven in the Bunny Twilight skin. That was proven in the Bunny Twilight skin. The black figure of Bunny being a part of the insolence possesses Bunny. So what means mind control? Am I wrong? Someone prove to me that white does not mean mind control. Because I know for a fact it doesn't mean decay. Like, why would a dead body be just infected all of a sudden? Nah, it's gotta be mind controlled. To just rise out of the ground. Like, no one would know it was there unless someone a part that could mind control people, someone a part of the insolence who could mind control people, were to have this person as a loved one, and they would just decided to rise them up, you know? Just rise them out of the ground so that they could be alive again. But no. That zombie theory, that's true for sure. But who was the person close to them? There's only one person that I would know that would do that. Penny. Also known as Piggy. Penny. We know that Penny is now a part of the insolence. So, they would have risen up their loved one, and then they were promised they would be normal again and alive. But no, they weren't. Tia decided to mess with Penny, make her into this thing, and then, well, obviously Penny got mad and killed all the lab people, but whatever. But who is Piggy? What if Piggy is just some whole prequel that book 2 came before book 1? Just what if that? What if that? Like, we know that it was Penny, then it was Piggy. And then it was distorted Piggy. Just what if? It's just a theory. What if Penny, after she went to the insolence, decided to raise up Zombie? But that wouldn't make any sense, because the bot of Chapter 7, Zombie, the Metro, was there when Bunny was alive. And then this came after book 1 with, well, Piggy as the bot. I believe in between chapters 1 to 7, Penny turned to the insolence. And then they rose up Piggy, and then chapter 7 happened, and then Penny mind-controlled Bunny to be in chapter 12 as a ghost. And in chapter 11 as a ghost up in the tower. And then Penny went on to mind control Foxy during when we were in the Metro. And then Willow tossed Foxy in the cage, and then we were in chapter 8. Clowny didn't get infected until we got to the carnival. When we got to the carnival, when it says Piggy has woken up, is when the infection finally gets to their head. In, well, chapter 8 case, of course. And then with Foxy out of the way, there is now Willow, Tigery, Pandy, Baron, and Felix. Well, and Philip and Kitty and all of them. All of them, personally. Yeah, all that. So then, that with how Willow treated Foxy, Pony left the Pony left TSP and went to find Zizzy at the carnival, and then they became friends right there. They exchanged the names, and then Zizzy told Pony about everything in the safe house, about every person in the safe house. And then when we were exchanging to chapter 9, when we were at chapter 9, before we even did anything, Zizzy took Pony into the safe place. But then why the hell are we going into the safe place, you may be asking? To introduce us? My guess is that within the time of when we were defeating the carnival, Zizzy took Pony to the safe place to show him around. You know? And then they made it back to the safe house just in time for us to be there with Foxy behind us. That's why Zizzy didn't stand up to Foxy. Pony did because Pony knew Foxy and he knew how to defeat him. Zizzy would have just done her little slash thing and stabbed him, but that wouldn't have worked. No. Pony had to hit him right here in the knockout spot. If you look, that's where he hit him. Bam! Right there, Foxy out like a light. Pony knew more, so Pony stood up to Foxy. So, Now we go back to, well, then we go to Rash. Now with Foxy and Pony out of the way, Rash finally has his time to shine. He finally talks to Robo. I mean, not fucking Robo. That's like my best friend. Why the hell would I say Robo? Kill me. He finally talked to Willow. I mean, Robo is kind of like Willow, now that I'm thinking about it. Valid mess-up. So, Rash finally talked to Willow, and they just finally, got to know each other more, and Willow knew Rash wasn't like the others, but Willow also knew that Rash would keep her safe. We good? Go with that? Now, with more from Penny. Penny didn't want to mind control Rash because Penny didn't want Rash in the cage with Foxy. So, Penny decided to let Rash get arrested and then infect him with the orange eye, meaning insolence. But if you look, they're not the same eye. This one has like a little pupil-like thing, but Rash's doesn't. Meaning, Rash is fully on infected and mind-controlled by the insolence. Well, not really mind-controlled, kind of in the insolence, really. And then we never see Rash again in book 2. We never hear of him. We never see him. We don't know anything about him. And that's practically it. But until we get to the boat. The boat. Willow recognizes the eye mark, but she doesn't say anything because she still isn't like fully on our side. But when we were in the thing, Willow was going to tell us about, well, this, but that is when Pony, Georgie, was Izzy there? I think we already lost Izzy in that one. I don't know. I have no clue. But the eye. Willow knew that from Foxy. Same exact eye. That's why in the capsule, Willow was going to tell us, but she never got to. And then she just forgot about it and moved on. That's my theory. Thanks for watching. If you agree with me, why don't you go ahead, like and subscribe. And more Piggy theories coming up. Bye.